Okay, what's up? I'm Sammy. This is Arctic Pythons. Welcome back. It's been a while. I've been busy. Got my daughter Kenzie recording. If you've noticed, some things have changed a little bit down here. We're going to do a little bit of an unboxing. Bit my tongue when I said that. Anyways, so we got this big cage. We'll talk about what that is. What's in there. I got a sticker in my foot. Piece of wood. Hell. Alright, anyways, let's get into it. So, we got these two things right here that I ordered. We're going to open them up. I need to get us a better camera. Serious. Grow this channel so I can afford to use something other than an iPhone. What we have here is a hook. A true blue hook. Okay, this is a hook that I ordered off of Midwest Tongs. We'll open it up here. These are like my favorite type of hooks. I mean, for reticulated pythons mostly, you're just reaching in and touching them to let them know that there's no food, you know, or whatever. But when they're smaller, like mine kind of are right now, you can get a good look at it. I believe, is that blue, hon? I'm colorblind.
Yeah,
I have to ask her. I think it's blue.
Yeah,
anyways, Midwest Tongs. I'm not sponsored by them. Everyone, especially if you're a venomous keeper, buys stuff from Midwest Tongs. Know who they are. Their number's right there on the grip. Check them out. Also, when my snakes be getting bigger, I'm gonna go through. What's the name of that one? I'll have to look it up and put a link in the description, but I can't remember the name right now. Anyhow, I got this longer one. This one's 40 inch because I was using this one. Just a little one, collapsible. They're cool. They're good, especially if you got just colubrids and they're gonna stay fairly small, not larger colubrids. They're not bad. One thing I don't like about them is they turn. See how the handle turns? So you get a snake on there and it gets a little bit of weight and you're trying to maybe turn him with the hook, you know, a little bit or something. Your handle turns instead. And that's not good. Don't ever take these things out, you know, if you're herping, because if you come across a venomous snake and go to move it, this handle turns on you and it comes back on you. It's not good. Anyways, it's still all right for Asia right here, laying down. But Tegan in here, who's a dwarf, not a super dwarf, she's a 50% Jampea tiger, het purple. You'll see her light kick on and off. It's a red heat lamp plus a CHE lamp in here that's 120 watts or 140 watts. She's too big for this. Like, I try to touch her and grab her a little bit because the cage is deeper and pull her towards me. And this thing's just like all bending. You know what I mean? And so I had to get a bigger hook, especially for her. Then also, feeding tongs. Let's talk about that for a second. So where's those ones? Right here. These ones. Okay. You just get at your local pet store. Or tweezers. You see how close your hand is. Well, reticulated pythons has such a food drive that when they lock onto something, sometimes they'll miss that prey item and continue moving forward until they hit something, which usually is you. And so if you have something that's, you know, small like this, it's all right for babies, neonates. It's not too bad for her. Not that it really bothers me to get bit, but you get a big reticulated python in food mode and you got these little tongs and you're in there, you know, trying to feed them. They're gonna grab your hand and possibly wrap up on your arm. Then you're gonna have to, you know, do things like bite its tail to get it to to let go because they hate it. That does work, by the way. So at any rate, let's open this next package. See what I got. And this is just for this age group. As they get older, your tongs need to get bigger. Keep distancing yourself. I mean, you can feed by hand if you want to run the risk of getting bit, but a big retic bite is going to end up giving you some serious stitches. A lot goes wrong that way. So these should be the tongs that I ordered for now. What the hell is that? I'll find that in a second. Hemostats. 16-inch hemostats. So anyways, these got obviously this locking mechanism right here. So they latch, right? And then as it bites, you can release or whatever. I like these especially over these right here. Because these, when you got a wet rodent, you know, they don't grip very well. And hemostats, they lock down, okay? So probably many of you that have had snakes or any reptile and you go to grab the food with these, if you don't keep consistent pressure on them, you'll drop it down in the bedding, it's wet, whatever, you know what I mean, stuff like that, and just doesn't end up well. So hemostats are better. I bought these at first because they were cheap and they're close. Obviously these were on order and stuff, like, you know, with the COVID-19 stuff right now, some stuff's taking longer to ship than others. I just got these off of Amazon. I think they were 20 bucks. When you go to the reptile store, these are in between, you know, 10 to 15 bucks. So why not spend 5 bucks more and get some actual stainless steel hemostats? There's that. Obviously both, as you can see right here, are the animal shed. So Asia is a 50% Calatoa A-male. Reticulated python, super dwarf. And she is a year old. And this is her shed, okay? Obviously sheds are a little bit bigger than the actual animal. So if you cut off maybe about an inch or two, it's probably, because it stretches, you know, going to be the true length of the animal. So look at that. If you want a smaller snake and you like reticulated pythons, then super dwarfs are the way to go. But make sure you know your breeder, who you're getting it from, because locality is important. Also, locality on the mother's side especially, because they tend to take after their mom. So Asia is only going to get 9.5 feet. So she's that big after a year. And all Asia will eat for me right now is mice. She's up to where she's eating a couple mice. Yeah, I could have, you know, if I had a local pet store that sold, you know, baby rats or whatever, then I would have rather fed her that. But I don't, and there's no point in ordering from Rodent Pro or something like that when I only got, you know, 2 snakes right now. We're building up slowly, and then I'll have to order from a big supplier like that. But for now, it's easier just to go down to where I go, get what I need, stock up the little freezer a little bit, and feed off. But look at that. You want a reticulated python, but you want one that stays small. I mean, she's as big around as a corn snake, if that, right now, and she's perfectly healthy and she's fine. And I'll show you here in a minute her eating. Tegan already ate a rat. My personal opinion is people that keep bigger pythons feed them too much. It's my opinion. You can hate me, you can leave bad comments, whatever. I don't care. They really do. They feed them way too much, way too big. They think, oh, I want this massive snake, when it's not healthy for the snake. You want a massive snake, that's fine. But it takes time for them to get to that point. Not just feeding them a ton and getting them there by the time they're 3 years old. That's, in my opinion, ridiculous. Here's Tegan's. Obviously, Tegan's a bigger animal, but this is less than half her shed. I threw some of it away and only kept a little bit. because it's a good time to search to see if your animal has parasites is when they shed, because they'll be dead or alive on the shed. If you hold it up to the light, obviously you can see straight through. That's a good way to check out the, a healthy indicator of how your snake's doing. Is it shed? So, all right, let's take a look over here. Now that we've done the unboxing here. And now I fed Tegan, what, a day, 2 ago? But she might pee on me, she might crap on me. That's fine, it's part of owning snakes. Whatever, we'll clean up. And that's just part of it. I'm gonna use this new hook that I got. Her light just kicked on. And you'll see the difference, they're about the same age. Tegan's actually 11 months and age is 10 months, so they're almost a year. So here's Tegan. Let's get her out. Just touch her and let her know that I'm not food. And this, I can actually grab her with a better hook like this and bring her closer to me. And I can set the hook down and get her. Once they're out of the cage, they're fine. So I don't know if the camera's catching that. Don't get too close to her. I don't want her to, strike at you just because she hates the camera and can sense the heat from it or whatever. But at any rate, look. She is het for purple, albino. She just shed out. Gorgeous animal. I don't know if you can see in the light that, iridescence to the black. Awesome animal. Was a little bit, she still is a little bit nervous of an animal. That's just how she is. But she's getting better. And I'm not going to hold her too long. I don't necessarily want her crapping on me, but that's Tegan. Almost a year old. 50% Jamp dwarf. So we'll put her back in her house so she can keep soaking. She likes spending her time in her water. A lot of them do. And she's in the bigger cage because, obviously she's going to get big enough that she needs a cage like this. This snake will probably get 13, 14 feet long and big around as a basketball. But I'm not going to do it in a hurry by any means.